Pittsburgh and Ohio Central is a 38-mile short line serving southwestern Pennsylvania, running from the outskirts of Pittsburgh to south of Washington. A 2008 acquisition of the Genesee & Wyoming Railroad Holding Company, this line was part of the storied Ohio Central short line of the late Jerry Joe Jacobson, who in turn purchased what was then known as the Pittsburgh Industrial Railroad from holding company Rail America in 2004. Despite changing hands, operations have changed little from the Pittsburgh Industrial days. Today, we will follow both crews as they work the Norfolk Southern interchange. We will see the Neville Island crew work one of the many industries in the McKees Rocks area before following the second crew on their way to Arden. Our coverage begins just after dawn on a gray and overcast January morning in Pittsburgh. The road's second crew, working Neville Island, brings their power from the McKees Rocks yard to the Y at Windgap to help work the NS interchange. Their power is Jeep 10M 1711, the last engine lettered for the Pittsburgh and Ohio Central on the property. We will watch as a crew brings in a cut of cars for the day's switching. After the second crew backs its cut of cars onto the interchange track, the first crew makes its appearance with the day's rarity, former Pittsburgh Industrial SW1500 2342, back on its second home turf after 10 years in Indiana. As the first crew heads to Neville Island to drop its cars and swap power, the second crew pulls a cut of cars out of the way. After setting the cars on the other track, the crew will back down to Duff Junction and the Norfolk Southern interchange. This particular stretch of the railroad used to be part of the Pennsylvania Railroad's storied Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Chicago, and St. Louis affiliate and subsidiary, running from Pittsburgh's downtown station as far west as St. Louis. Today, the line is severed just west of Walker's Mill, with the remainder of the Pennsylvania portion now a bike trail. Meanwhile, the first crew returns with a former Southern High Hood Jeep 38-2. The crew will run light to Thornburg before picking up a cut of plastics hoppers for the run to Arden on the former Pennsylvania Railroad Chartiers Branch. The Neville crew returns with the cut of cars from NS's C-38 Turn. Of note are the two refrigerated boxcars, one of which the crew will set out at a new warehouse just up the line. The crew will pause before occupying the main, giving us an opportunity to shift our coverage south to Thornburg, where the first crew has finished building its consist of plastic pellet hoppers for the run south to Arden. We will hear the second crew beginning another switch move on the radio as the Arden Turn departs.
Check. Check. CIND rolls down 30.
just behind the departing Arden Turn, the first crew has started down the new spur to spot the reefer at a new cold storage warehouse. This single-car spur provides an unusually clear-cut look at the minutiae of carload switching. Having spotted the reefer at the warehouse, the conductor must first set the handbrake to prevent the car from rolling on its own before uncoupling the locomotive and protecting the crossing as the crew returns to the main line. As the crew heads back to the rest of their train and on to Neville Island, we again shift south and begin chasing the Arden Turn on its way to Penn Plastics. We catch up with the train at a rarely photographed girder bridge over Chartiers Creek just outside of Bridgeville. Notice how the locomotive's wheels scatter the fine coating of snow on the tops of the rails.